We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I drink? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Yeah, watch Popeyes, mama. Where I watch?
Popeye.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. Are you looking for professional cleaners? Do you want to get the dirt away and keep it clean? Check with Scrubbz Professional Cleaning Services. They are the best in vehicle upholstery cleaning. They clean sofas and sectionals, chairs, driveways, patios, walkways, pool decks, homes, offices, Airbnb, restaurants, villas, you name it, they clean it. They are located at Twin Tree in Savanna-la-Mar in the parish of Westmoreland. But anywhere you are, they will come to you. You can call or WhatsApp them at 876-202-7522. That's 876-202-7522. They are also on Instagram at Scrubbz_detailing_. That's SCRUBBZ. Check with Scrubbz Professional Cleaning Services for all your cleaning needs. Even if you think that it cannot be cleaned, they will make it look like new for you. Check them out. My good friend Echo, you are celebrating your birthday today. A happy birthday to you. Let's hope that today you're having a wonderful birthday and may you live to see lots more. In today's journey, we are now at Santa Cruz in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Continue to sit back, continue to relax, and continue to enjoy this journey with me. In the news today, this one took place at the Western Union and Bill Express location on King's Plaza on Western Road in Negril in the parish of Westmoreland. We are learning that Monday afternoon, November 4, about 4 o'clock, the management, they locked up the business place and went away. Due to the tropical storm, they did not open on Tuesday. When they returned to reopen the store yesterday morning, Wednesday, November 6, at minutes after 9 o'clock, they realized that it was broken into. Hoodlums, they gained entry by removing an extractor fan at the back of the building and entered through the bathroom area. The office was ransacked, but we have not gotten any information what, if anything, was stolen, but investigations are continuing. Next up, now, in the month of August, I carried a few reports about gas stations being robbed in the parish of St. Ann. Our information is that the same set of hoodlums, they also carried out similar robberies in Clarendon and St. Catherine. In late August, they went and they carried out a robbery in the Linstead police area of St. Catherine, and 2 of them were held by the police. They were charged in St. Catherine and they have now been charged for one of the robberies that they committed in St. Ann. This robbery, it was committed on Friday night, August 23, about 7:30. I won't say which specific gas station, but it was committed at a gas station in St. Ann. Employees were at work at the gas station when a white Nissan Latio motor car drove up to the pump. 3 hoodlums in the car. They jumped out, all armed with guns. They took down the 2 pump attendants and robbed them of cash amounting to over 200,000 Jamaican dollars. They then made good their escape in the said car. Like I said, 2 of the hoodlums were held in the Linstead area and they have now been charged in St. Ann for robbery and firearm related charges. One of them is Alex Ashley. He's in his early 20s and he's living at Douglas Drive in the Denby area of St. Catherine. The other one is Antowon Wilson. He is only 16 years old and he is living at Denham Town in Kingston. I am told that Antowon, he has been leaking like a bus pipe, and the police, they are hot on the trail of other members of this gang. Boy, may I tell you. Now, in yesterday's video, I told you about the killing of that female on your screen. Her name is Sidani Martin. Sydonnie was a 29-year-old travel agent and she was living at Truro in the parish of Westmoreland. I told you that the allegation was that Sydonnie, she was chopped by a guy named Dewayne Anglin after it is alleged that Sydonnie, she flung stones damaging Dewayne's 2014 Toyota Voxy. But the question many persons are asking is, was it the stone that Sydonnie flung that hit the vehicle, or was the stone flung by someone else? And listen me carefully. This is not me trying to justify why Sydonnie was killed, because there is no justification, but we did some digging and this is what we found out. Sydonnie, she was invited to the party by a female friend named Donnie. The WhatsApp message with the invitation is still on Sydonnie's phone. Saturday night, Sydonnie, she drove her car accompanied by Donnie to the party. We are told that while Sydonnie was at the party, her drinks was spiked with Molly. Word on the street is that 2 doses of Molly was in Sydonnie's system. So the reason why she was behaving that way was not only because she was drunk, but because of the Molly in her system. Listen me carefully now and follow me, because I am sure that someone is going to be dropping a name in the comment section. It is being said that it was a female who spiked Sydonnie's drink because that female is into other females and she wanted to have her way with Sydonnie. Are you following me? Other persons are saying that it was Sydonnie who spiked her own drink. So when Sydonnie ended up losing control of herself and was behaving badly, and let me remind you, Sydonnie, she had no control over what she was doing because of the liquor and the 2 doses of Molly in her system. Friends and relatives, they tried calming her down and they tried getting her to go home. We are learning that at one stage, Sydonnie and Donnie, the same female who invited her to the party, they were in Sydonnie's car, and Sydonnie, she ended up boxing Donnie, and Donnie, she ended up hitting Sydonnie a few times. We are also told that Sydonnie, she tried to drive her car, but she ended up reversing and hitting into a Voxy. One of Sydonnie's cousins took the car, drove it and parked it at Sydonnie's gate. So listen this now. Follow me. We are told that Sydonnie, she reached on another road away from where the party was being held and she was beaten up by a group of guys. It is also being said that 1 or 2 of them, they attempted to hold Sydonnie and had their way with her. Sydonnie, she would not allow them to do it, so stones started to fling. Sydonnie flinging at them and they flinging at Sydonnie. It is during that stone throwing that a stone may have hit Dewayne's Toyota Voxy. We are learning that it was one of Sydonnie's own cousin. His name is Kenny. He was the guy who called out Dewayne, telling him that see the mad girl out here and mash up your boss. So this now is the allegation, because Dewayne, he's charged for Sydonnie's murder. The allegation is that Dewayne, he armed himself with a machete and he chopped Sydonnie in her head, but not only chop Sydonnie get. Sydonnie, she was also kicked and stamped on by a set of guys led by a hoodlum called Guzobas. We are told that Guzobas, he ran away from Rockfort in Kingston and he's hiding out at Matches Lane in the Truro area. These jankros, they would have realized that Sydonnie, she was under the influence of something, because that is not how Sydonnie behave on a normal basis and she ended up losing her life. Even cousins and so-called friends, they have a hand in Sydonnie's death. More to come because all the name of the Drunkers involved and the roles they played will be revealed. Stand by for that. The mayhem. This next incident, it took place last night, Wednesday, November 6, about a few minutes after 10 o'clock. It took place at a club on Queen Street in Savanna-la-Mar in the parish of Westmoreland. Our information is that guy on your screen, his name is Kevin Palmer, but he was also known as Jitty. This New Year's Day coming up, Jitty, he will be celebrating his 37th birthday. He lived at Hudson Street in Savanna-la-Mar. We are learning that last night, Jitty, he was at the club when he got into an argument with a guy who is living in the area. This argument became physical, during which the guy held onto Jitty's shirt, tearing it. The guy, he then pulled a gun and pointed it at Jitty, who ran off. The guy chased him outside the club and open gunfire hitting Jitty to the back of his head and his right side. Jitty, he fell to the ground and the hoodlum, he ran away, making good his escape. Jitty, he died on the spot. The police, they were called, and when they processed this crime scene, 2 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button, as also hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, I'm going to go back in time so that you can better understand where we are now. And let me tell you, this vlog is not going to capture everything, but in the end, I am sure that you will get a better understanding. Mount Salem in St. James has seen a lot of mayhems for many years. Many persons have been shot and killed or injured. On September 1, 2017, Mount Salem was the first community where the government declared a Zone of Special Operations, or ZOZO for short. While ZOZO has assisted in bringing the area under a little bit of control, there are still hoodlums in the area and they are armed to the teeth and them not afraid to bust them guns anyway, whether day or night. That guy on your screen, his name is Oshane Antonio Francis, otherwise known as Tevin Lawson, but popularly known as Bruk. Bruk, he was the leader of the Katan Lane based KDF gang. That's the Katan Lane Defense Force gang. That gang, it was once known as the top junglist gang. For years now, hoodlums from Katan Lane have been involved in a bitter feud with hoodlums from other areas in the parish of St. James. So, let me go back to last year. On Monday afternoon, May 8th, last year, about 12:30, 3 guys were shot in the Crawford Street area of Mount Salem. They were shot by 2 hoodlums who were traveling in a white Toyota Axio motor car. One of them was armed with an M16 rifle and the other one, he was armed with a 9mm pistol. In that incident, that guy on your screen, his name is Enel Downer, but he was popularly known as Bow, and another guy named Gavin Mills, but he was popularly known as Butty. They were both shot and killed. A third guy called Tonist, he was shot and injured. After that shooting incident, word on the street was that Bruk, he had something to do with it. Immediately after the shooting, there was word on the street that that man on your screen, he would be targeted. His name is Clive Linton Lawson Sr. and he was 44 years old. Clive is Brokan's father. He is also the father of Clive Lawson Jr. and I will soon tell you more about Clive Lawson Jr. For many years, the father Clive, he operated a meat shop along the Mount Salem main road in St. James. That meat shop is close to where the double murder took place on Monday, May 8th last year. We are told that immediately after receiving intelligence that Clive would be killed, the police, they went to Clive and they told him to try and leave the area for a while because based on the intelligence they had, Clive would be targeted. Clive, he did not take heed. In fact, this was not the first time the police were warning Clive. On Friday, January 29, 2021, that guy on your screen, his name is Chadwick Dryden, but he was popularly known as Smurf. Smurf was 31 years old at the time and he lived at Coconut Palm in Mount Salem. Smurf, he was shot and killed by hoodlums at the DMP Academy School when he went there to pick up his son. Word on the street at the time was that murder was carried out by hoodlums who were associated with Clive's son Bruk. The police, they had warned the father Clive that he should give the area a break, but he did not do so. 2 days after the double murder that was committed last year, on Wednesday afternoon, May 10, about 1 o'clock, the police, they again went to Clive's meat shop and they spoke to him. They told Clive that the intelligence about threats on his life was real and he needed to give the area a break. Clive, him decided that him not left. A little bit under 4 hours later, Clive, he was standing in front of his meat shop when hoodlums pounced. They opened a barrage of gunshots, hitting Clive all over his body, killing him on the spot. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape. The hoodlums, they had pumped over 25 bullets into Clive's body, sending a message to his son Bruk. Well, not only Bruk, but his young son, Clive Lawson Jr., also known as Grady. There is Grady on your screen. Grady was born on September 14, 2001. Grady, he followed his brother's footsteps and he got involved in the badness. Grady, he was charged by the police after he was implicated in a shooting incident that took place on Sunday afternoon, January 31, 2021, almost 1 o'clock. That shooting incident, it took place at Clark Street in the Mount Salem area of St. James. In that incident, 3 hoodlums traveling in a white Nissan AD wagon motor car, they had opened gunfire at a 28-year-old guy named Kenute and a 36-year-old guy known as Short Boss. Like I said, Grady, he was arrested and charged in relation to that incident. He was taken to court and he was eventually granted bail. On Friday night, June 23, last year, Grady, he was again arrested and charged by the police after he and a 17-year-old guy named Jamarie Robinson, they were held by the police with an illegal 9mm pistol with 9 live rounds on Strand Street in Montego Bay. Again, Grady, he went to court and he was granted bail. But let me step back a little bit. Follow me. Early Saturday morning, June 3, last year, about some minutes after 4 o'clock, a team of police officers, they went on an operation at a place named Compound in the Barrettown police area of St. James. 3 guys were shot and killed in that operation. One of them was that hoodlum on your screen. His name is Nesta Gallimore, but he was popularly known as Zaddo. Zaddo, he was wanted by the St. James police for several murders and shooting incidents. The very next day after Zaddo was killed, a senior police officer in St. James sent me that WhatsApp message on your screen and he asked me to have it broadcasted. The message said, "Good day, Popeye. I know your viewership is far and wide. Please, I am asking you to send out this message for me. This is a photograph of Oshane Antonio Francis, otherwise called Tevin Lawson, otherwise called Bruk. We know that you are planning on leaving the island by boat, but you are next. You can choose to arm yourself with 100 rifles and go out in a blaze of glory, or you can choose to call a lawyer, a GP, a pastor, etc., and hand in yourself to the police. The choice is yours." Well, Bruk, he did not hand in himself to the police. Neither did he choose to go out in a blaze of glory. He jumped on a boat and he went away to Haiti. Bruk, he is currently in jail in Haiti. So, since Bruk left the island, his brother Greedy, he took over the leadership of the KDF. It is said that Greedy, who was only 23 years old, he and his cronies, they were involved in many atrocities in St. James and Hanover. On Thursday, October 24, Donavan Hayles, also known as Pepper, he is from the Green Pond community. He was shot and killed at Campbell's Lane in Mount Salem. 5 KDF hoodlums were involved in the killing of Pepper, but one of them was held by a team of JDF soldiers. If you look on your screen, here is the other 4 hoodlums escaping from the area after the shooting. The one at the front is the leader, Lawson, also known as Grady. Since then, threats were sent to Grady's aunt, Karen Lawson, who operates a bar along the Mount Salem main road. Karen, she had to live up from the area because if she did not, the same thing that reached her brother Clive last year would definitely reach her. Karen's son and Grady's cousin, Archin, he did not heed the warning. There is Archin on your screen. His correct name is Obrian Lawrence and he was 31 years old. On Friday morning, November 1, about 10:30, Archin and another guy from Katan Lane, they were walking along the Mount Salem main road right in the vicinity of the Zozo checkpoint at Clark Street when a white Toyota Axio motor car drove up and stopped. The guy who was walking with Archin, he realized what was happening and he ran off, making good his escape. The hoodlums, they jumped out of the Axio and they opened gunfire, hitting Archin to his head and his upper body, killing him on the spot. So since then, the police, they have been hot on the trail of Grady, and word on the street is that Grady, he was hiding out in Hanover. Late yesterday afternoon, Wednesday, November 6, about some minutes to 6 o'clock, a team of police officers, they were on a special operation along the Mosquito Cove main road of Hanover when, acting on intelligence, they signaled a Toyota Voxy to stop. The police, they are alleging that the Voxy stopped, but 4 guys immediately jumped out and opened gunfire at them. They are claiming that they returned the fire and one of them made good his escape. They are claiming that 3 of them were hit and fell to the ground with 2 illegal guns beside them. One was a 9mm pistol with 2 live rounds and a .38 revolver with 1 live round and 3 spent shells. All 3, they died on the spot. One of them was Clive Lawson Jr., also known as Grady, and the other 2 were Jason Brown, also known as Biggs. He was 23 years old, and Nicholas Campbell, also known as Nico. Nico was 29 years old, and both of them, they lived in the Lucy area of Hanover. We are also getting reports that the police, they had to fire shots at the Noel Holmes Hospital compound. Our information is that the 3 deceased persons' body were being processed by the police and Indicom personnel at the hospital when family members and friends of those who were killed, they converged on the hospital compound. It is said that the Indicom officials and the police, they were being obstructed in carrying out their duties, and the police, they instructed the persons to move and keep on moving. It is being alleged that a guy in the crowd, he rushed towards the police, and the police, they had to fire warning shots in the air to disperse the crowd who ran off in different directions of the hospital compound. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans